Good morning. Okay, so this again, I'm going to shoot another video, this time during the day when you can actually see what's going on, of this BioLite camp stove. This here is just some wood that I have laying around. I cut up, this is stuff I've had that I picked up just from work, things that were going in the garbage. This stuff is stuff I picked up from outside in the backyard. Most of this little stuff here is what I shaved off of this, and I just did that with my knife right there, my Schrade, my beast of a knife, my Schrade Extreme. I should do a video on that some other time, perhaps. So I took the liberty of, since I started this last night and it didn't work out so well, I think, in the dark, and because I've never done it before and all that kind of thing, I'm going to do it during the day. I took the liberty of filling it up with some wood. I'm going to just throw a match in here and get it started, and I've got water already set aside in here. This is what I bring with me when I go camping. That's my little cozy to keep everything warm once it is hot. And today I am going to, I brought my Kindle Fire, and I wore it down a little bit. Alright, it was pretty much fully charged last night. So I have it at, right now it's at 80% charge. So I want to see just how long it takes it to charge. We're going to try it. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light this and see what happens. So I'm going to set the camera here. It rained last night. It rained last night, and all the wood that's around here today is probably wet. So I decided to use some of the stuff that I already had. You know, I grabbed some paper, and these little things here are from Starbucks. Things that go around your hands, you know, or around the cup to keep your hands from burning. Well, okay, so here we are. Got a little bit of a fire going. I'm going to turn it on low. And it looks like that's going to put it right out. It wasn't quite going enough. So I'll turn it off. See if I can get it going a little bit better. See, there's always problems, always difficulties. You can't plan for everything. So, since I have this thing, I'm going to try and use it. Get it going. Drop the whole stinking thing in there. It's cardboard, it should take pretty quick. Okay, I just stuck that in there for a minute just to get some fire going. It's going to stink, obviously, because it's paper. Probably got treated some chemicals on there. I decided to get things started a little bit beforehand because I didn't do such a great job of trying to do it all from scratch. Alright, turn the fan on, and automatically we've got a little bit of an inferno. So I'm going to put this on here. I can see some flames coming out. My main thing is today is I want to see if it will charge my Kindle Fire. Coffee in the meantime. I think it's going to be a lousy day as far as weather's concerned, but that's Oregon for you. taking a look back over. Alright, we've got, trying to take a peek in there. I noticed last night when using this that the wood, once it got going, burned up very, very quickly. So I'm thinking if you're out camping, you got to collect quite a bit of wood. Regardless of what people may say, oh, it doesn't require that much wood. It does. I think this is a great system. I think it will work fantastic. As long as there's a good wood source. In the meantime, I think I'm going to definitely have to continue bringing my gas. Or if on my next hike my son comes along with me, then I'll have him carry the fuel, the gas fuel, just to break up some of the weight between the two packs. But I can definitely see the pros and cons. This, you got to get going. Like any campfire, you got to get it going. And that's going to take a few minutes. If I was using just my my gas out of the fuel cans will take off right away. I mean, you just light it like that and you're going, and then you could adjust the flame, and you know, you're boiling within a couple of minutes. This you actually have to stoke a little bit. You definitely have to feed the fire to keep it going, and it burns through this wood really quick. And I've got 1 liter in there. 1 liter of water. I don't think I had quite that much in there last night when I was trying to film. 750 milliliters, I think. This is, I measured it out, it's 1 liter. So they say 4.5 minutes. I really don't want to waste 4.5 minutes of filming time, but so back to this knife. Schrade Extreme Survival. I bought this off of Amazon for $30-something, not that long ago. That's beefy. That's quarter of an inch thick, and it is beefy. It definitely, it's sharp right out of the box. Haven't really had the chance to take it with me camping yet, but I bought it for that purpose because it's got some weight to it. It weighs a pound. It's got some beef to it. It definitely has got some good chopping power. I was using it just to work on this piece of wood right here, which is just, it's a piece of a pallet, and so it's really dry. Okay, that light, that indicator right here is still in the amber. So when that turns green, then I'll know it's good to charge, and then I'm going to try to charge the Kindle Fire. Now, just taking a peek just to save time. Turn this on. We go to the battery. Oops. It's at 81% right now. And it says that time to charge it by USB will take 1 hour 29 minutes. Okay, so that light just turned green, so I'm going to plug it in, and we're just going to see just how long it takes. I'm not going to make this an hour and a half video, I'm sure, but I am going to check it out. I've got plenty of wood here. I think I can sit here, and it's my day off, so I can play a little. Okay. Plug it in. Very easy to plug in. Let's see. It's not showing that it's charging, or does it? Let's see. I could definitely notice the difference in the sound when I plug this in. Yeah, it's charging. Yep, it is definitely charging. Okay, so I could sit here and listen to music, or I could, you know, watch a movie or something like that. A lot of noise out here this morning. Sorry about that. This is the only dry spot out here. It's covered. This is covered out here. And if I went outside, out back, nothing's covered. So everything's wet, as you can see. And I'm still in my PJs and my slippers, drinking my coffee. Okay, let's see. That fire looks like it's down. So, I obviously have to drop more wood in here already. And it's a good thing I have an amount, because this stuff burns up quick. Quick. Sizing of these things, these little things, you got to keep them, I'd say, about safely around probably this size. So this is, I don't know, it's not very big. You got to keep it, you got to keep these things somewhat small. And you got to have a bunch of little loose things. These little loose things that are dry, that are smaller, you know, like these little wisps of stuff. Throw it in there to keep it going. Have a little something to... Alright. Oh, there we go. Flame's going again. Get this back on there. I seriously need a camera person that can film this while I do everything else. But it works well. Thank you to the people at REI. And I'm not putting in a plug for REI. I'm just saying the lady that helped me was very nice. I went in there after work. I had my backpack. I asked her if I could store it behind the counter. She took my backpack for me. She put it back there. I told her, I said, I have one thing that I want to go get. I want to get this BioLite camp stove. She walked me right over to it, looked at it, talked about it, brought it back, and we had a little discussion about some of my accomplishments, like losing 80 pounds or 85 pounds, and hiking parts of the Pacific Crest Trail, climbing Mount Hood, things like that, and talking about this and how it differs from carrying gas and that kind of fuel source. Anyway, we had a pretty decent conversation. She was very helpful, so thank you to her. I don't even know her name, but thank you to her. And I think this is going to be an asset taking this with me. So today, by the way, I don't even know what day it is. Friday, April 19th. And it's not quite noon. Kind of got a late start. I've been up for a while, but I've been looking at obviously my own video from last night, and looking at how poor quality it is. Okay, so this is still going since the last time I threw some fuel in there. But I want to keep it going. I don't want it to run low. Some of these twigs I think are a little damp. You can hear them snapping in there. I think that's water, you know, moisture that's contained within the wood. see, so even that's a little tall, but there we go. Put that on there, that'll work. I think it definitely would be cool to be able to bring my Kindle with me. I would probably, just to save weight, I'd probably just bring my e-reader, so I have something to read. But then at night, I was thinking I won't be able to read it at night because it's not backlit, so I don't have the paper white. And this here, the Kindle Fire, is great for that. Oh, look at those flames. I don't know if you can see those flames shooting out the side there. It's cooking pretty good though. The Kindle Fire, definitely I could bring that, but that battery doesn't last very long. At least with the e-reader, I can keep that going for quite a while. The battery will last like a month. That one lasts like 8 hours. It seems like I'm doing plugs for everything. My Schrade knife, the BioLite. Oh, and this, since I'm talking about that, this again is my Fuji FinePix XP100. Waterproof, shockproof, dustproof, and freeze-proof. Great camera. I'm loving it. I think it shoots great video. See, look at how fast that stuff dies down. I don't know if I like that. So you got to collect a lot of wood, and you got to be able to put it somewhere. I mean, if you're walking around, I mean, it's great if you're just at camp and you've got a source of dry wood, but if you don't and you're picking up wood along the way, where are you going to stick it? You're going to stick it in your pocket? I mean, you can. That's what the intent is. But obviously, you got to get this thing going and keep it going. Otherwise, that 4.5 minute boil time is going to take you a lot longer. See, now if this was with my gas stove, it'd already be done. I'd already be drinking coffee. Because I bring instant coffee with me on the trail. And so I boil water in the morning. Not only do I boil water for coffee, but I also for like oatmeal and any of my rehydrated foods and breakfasts, lunches, dinners. And it requires boiling water, or at least very hot water. If I use gas, 1, 2, 3, it's hot. This year it's going to take a while, but the gas doesn't have the. If you've got time to sit around and play around, like if you're done for the night, this is great, because you could charge things, and you can't do that with gas. Last year on the PCT, my cell phone, just because it was trying to find a signal for so long, and not really that long, but even just a few minutes at a time, I turn it on, it would be searching. Where's the battery out? Where's it out quick? So this at least is a way to keep it charged all the time. I don't believe it. See, last night when I was doing this, it was like just a couple of minutes after I stopped filming, I had water at a raging boil. And this is obviously taken a long time to do. And see, look at all that. I had a bunch of wood there, and there's not a bunch of wood there now. Grab some of that loose stuff, throw it in there. I want to get a good raging fire in there. So I can get that to a boil. Because it wants to boil, trust me. Watch those flames. They will definitely take your fingers off. Alright, now if it can go like that on that constant flame, I could see how it would be 4.5 minutes, and you'd be boiling. Look at that. That's amazing. One thing to note, that unlike the gas, which is there's no soot and stuff like that, this definitely has soot and ash. You will smell like a campfire. I kind of like it myself. What's the point of camping if you don't smell like campfire smoke? So where did all those flames go? Those big giant flames that were just poking out of there? Down the hatch. Feed it, feed it, feed it. She's a hungry one, this little BioLite. It eats up the wood. It eats it up fast. Definitely something to keep in mind. Now, if we watch that, you could look at that. You can see them dropping in. They burn up really, really fast. It takes a long time. It works, but it takes a long time. You could read all about this stuff on the internet. 4.5 minutes, 1 liter. Huh! Under primo conditions, I'm sure. Because this is taking a lot longer than 4.5 minutes. So when this water comes to a boil, and it will, when it comes to a boil, I'm going to stop the video, and I'm just going to sit out here and burn up the rest of my wood, and continue to charge my Kindle. Now, just taking a peek at it, I know it's charging, but because it says it's charging. I think it's taken a long time to do. It will take a long time to do. Alright, so instead of looking at my face, oh, there we go. Look at that. Rapid boil. Excellent. So now, if I was camping, I would have all this time, or if my son was with me, you know, we'd be already having the meal somewhat prepared and all that stuff. So all I'd have to do is, you know, I pour my water in to get my coffee going, and we'd have meals ready. So like the bowl would be out, ready for the, you know, hot water to mix with oatmeal or whatever, and be ready to go. However, since I'm just sitting here at home, and I'm sitting on the front step, I'm surprised my cats aren't at the door wanting to make an appearance. Anyway, there it is. It works. It definitely brings water to a boil. It is charging through the cable, and it's charging up my Kindle Fire. Like, check my email. But it's going. It's definitely working. Still at 80%. So it's not charging very fast. But it is charging. That's it. Thanks for watching.